Juan stepped out of the car, confused. She looked down at her hoodie and sneakers, then up at the sparkling rooftop, full of candles, fairy lights, and security. Juan stood there, eyes widened after a gasp, and said to him, "You said movie night." She said and walked towards him slowly while still looking around. Jungkook, it is a movie night, he said casually. She stepped a few feet away, tilting her head. Wine. And you needed bulletproof glass and snipers for pasta? Jungkook winced. Isn't it how you do it normally? Okay, maybe I went a little overboard, but a little? She asked immediately. He shrugged helplessly. You're being dramatic now. He said and pulled out a chair for her and signaled her. Jungkook, come on now. She sighed. Wine looked around at the empty rooftop. The fake waiters standing stiff in corners, the ridiculous number of security guards hiding behind planters. It was too much. So stupid, maybe. So Jungkook. She looked at the numerous dishes at the table. Wine. You could have just ordered pizza, she said, sitting on the chair he pulled out. Jungkook. I wanted it to be good. I wanted it to be something you remember. She let out a shaky breath, hugging herself against the cool night breeze. Fine. I would have remembered it either way. I remember every moment of ours, Jungkook, she whispered, looking at him in the eyes after he sat on the chair in front of her. Fine. You just have to be in the moment, and I will remember it forever. He almost cried. His eyes got red instantly. Wine leaning forward. What? Are you crying? He looked away immediately and scoffed. Jungkook. Crying? Who would ever cry at this, huh? Wine. You surely are crying. Jungkook. I'm not. Still avoiding her eyes. She smiled, reaching up to tuck the hoodie off her head. Fine. Good, because you owe me spaghetti. Jungkook laughed. Eat all you want. You're complaining right now, but once you start eating, I know nobody can stop you. Vine giggled and looked at the dishes, deciding what to eat first. But there were just too many. Vine, what are you eating? I will decide for after you. Jungkook, but I came here to watch you eat. Vine laughed, resting her chin in her hand. Vine, and for that, you bought it out an entire building, posted snipers on the roof, bribed all the waiters? He peeked up at her through his fingers, his cheeks turning pink. Jungkook, I didn't bribe them. They just wanted money, so I helped them a bit by giving them work. He murmured, embarrassed. Vine chuckled. When did you open a charity account? Jungkook, God, stop talking. He begged, voice muffled. He looked at the dishes and picked up whatever was in front of him. Jungkook, I'm eating this. After buying a whole building just for a dinner, he picked up the bowl of ramen. His cheeks were tomato red as he looked down and started eating ramen. Vine smiled so hard her face hurt. She leaned across the table, voice soft but full of mischief. Vine, you're adorably ridiculous. Jungkook dropped his hands, face burning, but the smallest, most helpless smile pulled at his lips. Jungkook, I know, but you still bear with me. And his cheeks burned now. He had to look away to hide it. Wine still smiling hard. No one would believe you're a mafia. It's kind of sexy, how you switch on and off. Jungkook, start eating. It's getting cold. She chuckled and decided to first choose from the 5 dishes that were in front of her. She started with pasta. He peeked at her while his face was down, because he couldn't miss her adorable face after she took a bite. Fine. This is so good. She moaned, and there, she was lost now. She started eating fast, and finally he could look up, because he knew she wasn't going to look at him now. So he's safe from the embarrassment for a while. He smiled, looking at her goofiness, and said, Jungkook, you make me crazy, he said, lost in her. Fine. You were already crazy. Don't put the blame on me. She teased without looking up. He smiled, a real boyish smile, pink ears, and warm, adoring eyes. Jungkook, maybe, but now I'm crazy for you. She kicked him lightly under the table. He didn't even flinch, just kept smiling at her like she was the only thing that mattered. The ride home was quiet. Vine leaned against the car window, watching the city lights blur past, while Jungkook held her hand across the seat. It was actually a movie night, but Vine decided to first eat ice cream from the nearby mall, and the small ice cream demand changed into a 3 hour shopping in the mall. Then they were really tired and decided to movie for some other day. When they reached the front steps of the mansion, she stretched her arms overhead, yawning. Fine. God, I'm so tired. I think my head is gonna explode. Jungkook got out first, circling around to open her door. But instead of letting her step out normally, he bent down and picked her in his arms. Jungkook, she yelped, grabbing his shoulders tightly. Jungkook, who told you to do shopping for the whole 3 hours? It was a relief you didn't wear heels. Vine rolled her eyes and said, I can still walk to the room. Jungkook, in a serious voice, said, let me carry my wife inside, romantically, manly. Just how you made me practice, remember? Vine winced. You didn't have to say the last part. He laughed. As he walked, his step faltered for a second, but he held her tighter and steadied himself. Vine. Let me walk, Jungkook. I'm fine, Jungkook. And I'm strong. Vine. You're going to drop me, idiot. Jungkook. Never. At the third step, his foot caught slightly on the edge. Vine shrieked. Jungkook caught himself just in time, tightening his grip, heart pounding against her back. Jungkook. See, you wouldn't fall as long as you're in my arms. That step wasn't a mistake this time. He did it on his own to reassure her. She burst out laughing again, hiding her face in his neck. Fine. You're a disaster. Jungkook smiled. But you admit that I'm a hot disaster, right? She blushed and dug her neck in his chest. Fine. I'm tired. Jungkook, you didn't answer me. He asked seriously. He finally reached the door, panting a little, but refused to set her down. Fine. Okay, let me walk from here. Jungkook. Not the answer I'm looking for. Fine. Fine, you are hot. Put me down now. Jungkook chuckled and said, but I'm still carrying you to bed. Shut up and let me be romantic. Vine sighed and let herself relax in his arms because she knew he wasn't going to listen. It's her fault for teaching him anyway. She smiled into his neck, feeling his heartbeat against her cheek, as she realized how much she loved this stupid, stubborn man, even when he turned simple things like dinner, doorsteps, everything to full blown missions like it was life or death. Ah, especially then.